The Neighbourhood House movement is about bringing communities together. It's the community living room. Everybody comes, everybody's welcome, and you can come and you can participate in a program, or you can come and just sit and relax and be with your neighbours. I started coming here in 1986. When my parents separated, we moved into Brant Villa's government housing. There were some issues in the government housing. Some people were dealing with drug and alcohol abuse and family violence, and my mom wanted to find ways for us to get to know our neighbours outside of that immediate area. They had a family night program here. Dinner was made for us. Most of them were single parent families and had spent a lot of time with their children and really just needed that break. So it was nice for them to have a night where they didn't have to cook, they didn't have to clean, and they could spend some quality adult time. And that's how I first got involved.
I always feel like it's very sad that a lot of people don't really know what neighborhood houses are or what they do.
I didn't know what a neighborhood house was, and I had a cousin who worked here as a family worker.
I had no idea what neighborhood houses were until I came here, but I think there are about a dozen of them around Vancouver.
Well, I think the beauty of a neighborhood house is that it can be whatever you want it to be.
It's a place in the neighborhood that is for neighbors to meet one another and to engage in anything from activities through our programs, enjoying some of our services, or getting involved in a neighborhood initiative that in some way neighbors will work together to improve their neighborhood, socially, culturally, or physically.
We provide a range of supports for people of all ages and diverse backgrounds. And our really important focus of neighborhood houses is really on community engagement.
I think a neighborhood house is just for all the neighbors. They live close to here, so everyone can come in and make friends and get to chat with each other, have fun here.
So there is a huge number of programs that the neighborhood houses offer, some of them being the link classes.
There is a Zumba program,
Yoga classes,
literacy programs in elementary schools.
They also have IRCC funded programs that support immigrants and refugees.
Nobody's perfect parenting courses and workshops and
the youth program,
Senior line dancing,
Seniors singing program,
jazzercise program.
We have community-based programs such as Community Kitchen, Friday night dinner, Music on Main.
There are food security programs,
English language circle classes,
Community gardening.
a knitting group actually that's happening right now.
I can remember that.
I think the biggest impact that neighborhood houses are having, we don't have huge gardens anymore. We're not meeting our neighbors, looking over the fence and talking with them. We're living very differently than we once lived. We're living in these huge boxes where we have very few opportunities to connect with our neighbors. When we do, it's in an elevator that's pretty strange. So I think one of the things that neighborhood houses do is they provide those opportunities and those cues for people to connect meaningfully.
When I came to Canada, it was hard because I come from a culture where the neighbors and the people were just one family. So like you can be living in a neighborhood where like you'll have your house and 4 or 5 houses, but we were all one family, even though we were just neighbors. We didn't know each other, but actually it was a life that we would just walk into each other's house and eat each other's food. When I came here, I was shocked because people don't talk to each other. Neighbors don't know each other. To me, it was like so strange.
A lot of people are isolated and may not know how to connect with other people. I think as humans, we all want that experience, to feel like you belong to something, to feel connected, to have a lot of friends.
When my children actually were born, that was for me the most vulnerable moment when I came to Canada. Because the whole support of actually raising a family, I didn't have it. And where do you find that?
And my son was very intense, colicky, and even though I had so many resources just from my background, my education, my work, I still felt very isolated. So when I walked in through the door of Mount Pleasant, there was just this sigh of relief I could feel, like, oh, okay, I found somewhere close by I can walk to. They have programs that I can bring my screaming child to, and no one is judging me.
When I came to Neighborhood House, I was just a single mother with 2 beautiful little children. I just moved to the area. I was jobless. I just started a new life in this neighborhood, so I think it was kind of like important for me. Like when I came and I found this place, it just brought a lot of great things to me.
When I came to Collingwood Neighborhood House, for me was the whole situation of, because I've been in Canada long enough, I should be able to figure out things to myself. I remember I prevented my husband coming here several times and say, no, you can't go. These are not services for me, these are for other people, right? My assumption was that it's for people that cannot access anything else. And that was for me so powerful to realize that there was a place where I could actually belong without having any kind of specifics of who I am, but I can belong to this place.
It's an incredible investment in community and is so much more upstream. If we're able to challenge things like isolation, if we're able to help people who might be materially poor develop a network and connect with others and learn about other resources in the community, they're less likely to feel isolated and to explore other options that aren't as healthy or safe to access the things that they need.
I do run the community lunch twice a week. This program would never happen or go if it's not of the volunteers that come. I have about 4 volunteers that come every day, like the day when we have the lunch, and they just give 4 or 5 hours of their time to the program. Our lunch, always the prices is lower compared to other places because we support the community. And at the same time they come, they meet their neighbors. It's kind of nice to see that warmth between people when they're feeling like I'm a part of the community because I'm giving back.
I retired about 10 years ago, and I was looking for something to do with my time. I knew nothing about this place at all. So I came to a meeting, a volunteer meeting here. I met some really interesting people. In fact, the person who was the director at that time really wanted to have a magazine, and he saw that with my background in English, composition and writing and so on, that we could possibly work together to develop something. And so that's how it got started.
About 26 years ago, I landed in this community, and I was looking for daycare for my children. When I came through the doors, I got such a warm welcome, and I got really interested in volunteering. For me, volunteering was really a new term, like, you know, working in some place and not getting paid for it. But believe me, that led to, they mentored me, they trained me. The Neighbourhood House actually gave me an identity. When I came to Canada, I had never worked, so I was always known as, by my husband's name. I didn't have a bank account, I didn't drive. I became a woman who had her own career, and she had a goal and she had a focus.
That's what I heard from my volunteers, people who first came here, and they told Kim, I got a shock. When I came here, like we fell down to the bottom of our life. And I told them, everyone went through that, me too. But from the bottom, we can go up, we can climb up. And later they came back and they said, Kim, I would like to give back our services, volunteer to help people. And I feel that is a success when I hear that.
With the Family Night program, we would sometimes go on these outings in the summer, and my mom really loved that. She loved going places, and she asked Donna Chang, who at the time was the family program director, and she said, you know, can we do more outings? I really want to do more outings. And Donna said, well, you know, that's great. You know, we do a lot of outings. She goes, but you know, you could plan the outings. And I think for my mom, it was the first time she was like, oh, I could do something?
One of the things that we talk about a lot with neighborhood houses is capacity development. And what that really means is that somebody comes to the neighborhood house, and what they may not realize is that they have gifts and skills that are already within them, But the neighborhood house can give them an opportunity to develop some of those skills.
It's about seeing people as having something worthy to contribute, regardless of whatever their circumstance in life is, that we call them gifts. It's about how people participate. It isn't just about that they're showing up for a program.
The model of neighborhood houses is not doing for, but doing with.
This is my passion project, and I love doing it. I mean, really, you know, we say that people who are altruistic, but there's a selfish component as well, because it gives me a lot of meaning and purpose. And I feel that I'm doing something good for, you know, humanity, or particularly this little area of humanity.
Well, I have seen the tremendous growth of individuals connected to neighborhood houses in a way that people don't grow at other organizations. We don't just see people as service recipients. They're not our clients. These are our friends and our neighbors. There's a space for them to be and to grow and to thrive and to share their skills.
By coming here to Cedar Cottage, you never feel like there's something wrong with you, or that you're weak, or that you're incapable of doing something. When you come here, you feel capable, you feel strong, and you grow and you develop, and you can take that out into the world and be a better person in the world and make the world a better place.
Participating in a neighborhood house, you know, it's a lot of unexpected benefits. I mean, many things that you'll never imagine. You'll learn and be involved in, and it's very gratifying.
Just show up. If you're looking for an opportunity, all you need to do is show up at the neighborhood house and say just that. I'm looking to get involved in something, and we'll have a team of people fighting over what to get you involved in. I think it's that simple, you know, just show up.